Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Facebook live show. And let me just check if everything is working fine. Okay, guys, good. I think I can see some of you over here already, and I think we are live. And if you can see and you can hear me, guys, just type a one, just type a one in the chat so that I know that we're live over here. Let me know if this is working. Just type a one in the chat. You can see and you can hear me loud and clear. Welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So let me know, guys. Just type a one in the chat if you guys are over here. You can see, you can hear me. I think I can see some of you coming on board. Let me just call your name and acknowledge each and every one of you. All right, let me just go ahead to check. Okay, good. It seems like it's working. Thank you so much, guys. We have Henry over here. Hi, Henry, Amy, Alice, Susila. Good to see you here. Hi, Jenny, Alex. Hi, Vincent, Jeff. Hi, Catherine, Doris. Good to see you here. Hi, Joan. Nice to see you here as well. Awesome. Okay, so it seems like this is working, guys. So welcome to this Facebook Live. Hi, Helen. 111. Let me just see all the ones. 1 1. Okay, good. I think this is working fine, and all of you would be able to see and hear me. All right. So we have like close to 100 of you coming on board already. Welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So as the name of the, the title of this show call, all right, is Ask Me Any Stock. So later you will be able to ask me those Singapore, so we're looking at the Singapore market, those Singapore stocks that you want a quick opinion on. So not to worry, later we'll do a live poll, all right, on all these stocks. All right, and this way you can let me know. We do a live poll. We'll try to cover some of the most popular Singapore stocks that you guys want a quick opinion on, and I'll do my best to give each and every one of you a quick opinion. Does that sound fair? All right, that's good. Okay, so let's go on right now. So just a quick disclaimer. All right, whatever that's shared on today's video will be just for education purpose only. So in this live session, we'll do as much as possible to give value to you, all right, to give you a quick market outlook as well as, and make sure you stay all the way to the end as well. Make sure you stay all the way to the end of this live Facebook live session, because at the end I'll share with you just one stock, right? One of those stocks that maybe you might not have asked it yet in the live poll. Yeah, so I'll just share with you one stock that I like at the end of this live session. So make sure you stay all the way to the end if you know what is this session. So what you can do right now, guys, just to do me a favor before we allow more people to come on board, hit the like and the share button, right? There should be a like and share button, right? Just let me know. Just hit the like and share button, all right? Hit the like and share button right on your phone or on the computer. Let me know. Just hit the like and share button so that I know that you guys are over here. Thank you so much. So I think I can see some of those like and heart shake coming on board. Thank you so much, guys. Hit the like and share button and do share it as well so that you can find this video on your profile and you will be able to watch the replay if you miss any parts as well. So thank you so much. Right. So for those of you that just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So my name is Joey Choy, top tier reminds stockbroker in Philip Securities, trader as well. And yeah, so pretty much we'll be covering some of those Singapore stocks that you guys are looking at. We'll do a quick market outlook as well. All right. So here's what you want to do to take part in the live poll. Okay. And you want to go to this website called www.slido.com. So let me just go ahead to share the link with you guys right here. Okay. Let me just go to share the link with all of you here and just over here. So I just sent the link in the chat. So you just click on this link, or you can go to www.slido.com, right? www.slido.com. The code is AMAS 12, all right, AMAS 12 right here. All right, so I've just placed the link in the chat. Let me know if this is working, guys. Just type done if that's working. So just click on the link and you can take part in the live poll. All right, so live poll right over here. So let me know, guys, what is your view? Very quickly, what is your view on the stock market? So I think we have some of you taking part in the poll already. Very simple, guys, how to take part in the poll. We're doing a live poll right now. This is live, guys. So click on the link, all right? Click on the link that I've just placed in the chat, all right? And that's it, right? That's it. Just click on the link. You'll be brought to this page where you can let me know what is your view on the stock market currently. All right, what do you guys think? Is it still bearish? Is it time to bargain hunt? You can choose multiple answers. This is live, guys. We have like more than 15 or 20 of you coming on board already. All right, so I think most of you are saying it's a more bearish. All right, more bearish. Let's take a look. Just a few minutes, guys. A few minutes. Let me know what is the thoughts on the stock market before we go on to talk about the stock market. All right. All right, so it seems like we have some of you coming on board. You're, hi Sarah, you're looking at SATs. Raymond, you're talking about AEM. Hi Amy, you're looking at the UOB. Roland, you're looking at IFAST for $20. Okay, awesome. So not to worry, guys. As I say, later we'll do a live poll. All right, do a live poll, and that's where you can type your stocks in this live poll, and we'll see if a lot of people are asking about it. That's where I'll do my best to cover them. All right, so if you type it over here, then you'll be lost in all the messages. But I mean, yeah, I can see your answers. Well, it seems like IFAST. A lot of people are asking about IFAST, so we'll see if that is the popular one that can be covered. All right, right now I've just placed the link in the chat, guys. So let me know what is your view on the stock market. So I think you can see my screen right here. This is a live poll, and what you guys are saying is that still bearish. I think 37% of people are saying that it's still bearish. 32% time to start bargain hunting to ride reversal. Okay, potentially it could be a potential bottom. You can potentially start to bargain hunt to ride the reversal. I mean, the fact that we have come rebounded a little bit, all right, the market seems a little bit stronger. We'll try to discover that in a bit. Next one will be 21% get out on any rebound. So it seems like only 21% believe that it's time to get out on any rebound. It may be a little bit more bullish. All right, no idea. Please help to analyze. Will be bullish next year. So only 12% think that is a bullish next year. All right, I would say so. This is pretty much what most of you are thinking. Time to start bargain hunting. Some of you are still bearish. All right, but yeah, guys. So if you are kind of like taking part in this live poll, not to worry, you're in the right place or in the right place. This is where you can take part in live poll, and later we'll do a live poll. But right now, guys, how many of you will be okay? I mean, how many of you want me to do a quick overview or a quick outlook on the market? Let me know. Just type yes. Just type yes in the chat if you want me to do a quick market outlook, or maybe the Dow Jones, maybe even the Singapore market. Just type yes in the chat if you want me to do that right now. Let me know. Just type yes in the chat. Okay, good. So it seems like we have a yes. Hi, Charles. Yes, Jerry. Yes, thank you. Jolene, good to see you here. Hi, Iris, Alex. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Hi, Kokun. Hi, Jenny, Flora. Yes. Okay, good. So let me just do a quick outlook on the market. All right, very quickly before we dive into the stocks that you guys are asking about. Let me just shift this back up here again. All right. So this is pretty much where you can take part in live poll. Later, I'll put the link again. All right, to take part in live poll. Not to worry, but if you have done the poll just now on the view on the stock market, you're in the right place. Right. So let me just go ahead to dive into the markets, right? So let me just go to pull out the Dow Jones. So for those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. My name is Joey Choy, top tier reminder, stockbroker and trader in Philips Securities. For those of you who have just joined us, we are now pretty much going to talk a little bit on the market. All right, we have covered just a quick poll talking about some of the views that some of you have. So it seems like some of you are saying it's a bit bearish. Some of you are saying it's time to bargain hunt. It's looking a little bit bullish. All right, so we'll discover that in a bit. All right, but later you will be able to ask me on these stocks, or let me know the stocks that you want covered, and I'll do my best to cover as many as possible. All right, so just hang there, and at the end as well, at the end of this whole entire session, Facebook Live, that's where I will share with you one stock that I like that you can also put in your watch list for potentially more upside into the end of 2022, or maybe going into 2023. That sounds good. All right, so let's move on right now. So this is the STI. All right, okay, maybe look at the Dow Jones first. I mean, since we are looking at Dow Jones, just to give you a quick understanding of Dow Jones. So this is the Dow Jones index, the US market Dow Jones. It seems like, we have seen quite a pretty strong rebound, right, over the past like 1-2 months plus. So let me just go to explain to you what has happened. So you can see that since the beginning of the year, all right, we had talks. I think all of you would know about this. Since the beginning of the year, we had talks about rate hikes, and then it kind of like led to fears of a recession, because when you hike rates too fast, it can lead to recession. And the market kind of like sold off pretty badly. We went from like about 37,000 here somewhere in January, all right, beginning of the year. We kind of like, found lower highs. Look at these lower highs. And okay, let me just go to draw this line right here. This is what we call like a downward sloping channel resistance line. So kind of like form lower highs, since January, lower high, right here, and we traded lower. So somewhere around like April, in January, February, the tech stocks was selling off pretty badly, and then in April, when they talks about recession and all that, the market started to sell down even more, right? So just a quick recap, rebounded a little bit. When it talks about the Fed becoming less aggressive, but in the end, it sold off even more, and we kind of like found a little bit of bottom over here around at 29,000 to 30,000. So just somewhere around like September, we were actually consolidating for like about a month from 29,000 to 30,000. So I did a video on it as well. I think the last Facebook Live I talked about, if we can actually break this like 30 30,000 level, right? That could actually be a good, reversal in the short term, right? And why would that be? Look at this right here. So we did a kind of like rebound from 30,000 just by looking at this 20 days moving average. So this is a green line. This green line is move up, move down. It's kind of like short-term 20 days moving average. And when the price were to break below it, all right, with the moving average, the 20 days moving average green line pointing down, it's not so good. So kind of like sold off all the way down, consolidate, and you can see right over here when we broke that 30,000, right, this green line started to point up, right? Started to point up, right? We kind of like point up prices above this 20 days moving average, and we have seen a pretty good decent short-term rebound from 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and now we are somewhere around that 34,000. Does it make sense, guys? So in the short term, we actually rebounded by quite a fair bit. I mean, pretty good. And the reason was because, right, the Fed came out and mentioned that, starting in probably in December, right, this year, that's where they might want to slow down the pace of rate hikes. And the market kind of like right on that and started to load up and people started buying, all right, and started to see a pretty decent rebound. So we had about, just to give a bit of context, I mean, for those of you who have not been following the news, we have a total of about 6 rate hikes this year already. The last 4 consecutive one is about 0.75% each time. So 0.75, 0.75, 0.75, 4 times. And it kind of like gives the Fed fund rate now is about like 3.75% about that. And just next week, there will be another potential rate hike. I think it might be about 0.5%. All right, that's what people are kind of like saying. And if that happens, I think more or less the market has already priced it in. But of course, if it hike more than 0.5%, that's where the market might be spooked. You might kind of see a bit of profit taking. But I think that will pretty much be the main thing that people are looking at. So yeah, the market has rebounded, I think mainly due to the Fed kind of like coming out and saying that they want to be less aggressive going forward. They want to slow their pace of rate hike. So it will not be like 0.75% each time, like huge. It might be like 0.25, maybe a few times of 0.25 up to maybe next year, mid of next year, or maybe end of next year. You see how it goes. The peak has already in terms of the peak of the hike, the rate hikes has been changed from like 4.25% maybe to like 4.5 or 5%. So yeah, if that kind of like happens, that's, I think all this has really been pretty much priced in. So I think the market is kind of like seeing a little bit of stability, the fact that we saw this, and this is what we call like a little bit of like a bottom, right? Because look at this right here. So we have kind of like touched this 29,000 and then rebounded up, came back down, or we touched something like a double bottom. I mean, not really like a very firm one, but it's like only about 3 to 4 weeks apart. We got this double touch of this support and rebounded past that 30,000 and the rebound happened, right? So there are definitely some signs of strength in the short term, right? But what about the longer term? So in terms of the longer term trend, what we want to focus on would be this 100 days and the 200 days moving average. So that would become like the red and the blue line. So I think that, all of you know, since like COVID 2020, 2021, all right, we have kind of like, been a really firm uptrend. Look at this right here. The red line was kind of like, above the blue line. So 100 days above the 200 days, very strong uptrend. Down started to push up from like September, August 2020, all the way to somewhere around like 2022. And then we started to see a bit of weakness. So that was when look at this right here, the red line, 100 days moving average, kind of went below the blue line. So there was some signs of the trend right here, kind of like turning down. You can see red is still below the blue. All right, but you can see that this red line is slowly starting to inch up. You can see we're still a bit, let me just zoom it in for you guys. You can see that this red line is slowly starting to inch up, and we're still a bit away from it. But I think if we can hold above that 34,000, right, this 34,000 would be a pretty good support right now. And if you can hold above that 34,000, that could be a good thing. That could be a good thing whereby this, red line will slowly start to push up. All right, might push up a little bit more. All right, push up a little bit more, and eventually it might cross back above that blue line, this blue 200 days moving average. And if both of these lines start to point up, red above the blue, 100 days above the 200 days moving average, that is a sign of strength. That is potentially where the trend could have turned from a bit of a down, a bit of weakness, to one that's stronger and pointing towards an upwards direction. Does it make sense? All right, so that is pretty much a play. And look at this right here. So as I mentioned, I drew this red line right at the beginning just now. This is this is the channel resistance line, right? The channel resistance line forming what we call lower high since the beginning of the year. All right, so you can see touch, came down, and somewhere around here, right? So I expected a little bit of profit taking, around that 33,000. And in fact, maybe hit it to 33, we saw a bit of profit taking. We could actually, sell down. I mean, that's what could have happened. We could actually sell down like what we have seen, right? We rebounded and then sold off, rebounded, sold off. So when we hit it to about the 33,000, somewhere near the longer term moving average, and also where the channel resistance line was. We could have sold down as well. But the key is that we did not, right? We did not sold off, all right? The market strengthened, we broke this channel resistance, and we also broke the, I would say, resistance at about 34,000 right here. And so far, it seems like we are trying to hold above that 34,000. So I think the market's a little bit more bullish, right? Let's see over the next 2 weeks, maybe going into 2023 as well. If you can hold above that 34,000, that's where the market can start to see a little bit more strength, all right? And look at this right here, this 20 days moving average line, you can see it's still pointing up. It's still pointing up. Price or the entire index is still above it. So it is still looking quite okay for now, right? For now, anything above like 34,000, maybe 33,500 to 34,000, I think the market looks pretty bullish, all right, going forward into 2023. All right. Okay. So this is pretty much the Dow Jones. So I pretty much covered just a quick overview of what has happened in the market, the rate hikes, and I think one of the catalysts that a lot of people are looking at would be, besides the rate hike news, would be China. Right? China. I think all of you would know about this zero COVID policy that's happening over the past 1-2 years, and now there are talks. I mean, of course, we have like some protests coming out and all that, and now there are talks about easing their zero COVID policy. So that could be a good demand push in terms of a factor leading to strength in the market. If they were really to open up, you see huge demand coming all around the world, I mean from China especially, and that could be a boost as well, could be a catalyst that could lead the reversal more, right, besides this whole rate hikes talk. All right, so this is the Dow Jones, right? So how many of you are still here, guys? Just type a two in the chat if you guys are still following me. I know some of you have typed about the stock Marine. I think some of you are asking what's your thought on that. So good, we'll cover that in a bit. Let's see if we get time. I'll do a live poll in the Singapore stocks in a bit. Just hang in there, guys. We have, let me see. So we have Daryl, you're asking about micro pennies in play. We have Quantum Health, pretty good stocks. And hopefully, thanks for sharing. Okay, so 222, thank you so much. Cheryl, 2, Lynette, 2, Polly, 2. Awesome. So it seems like all of you guys are following me so far. Thank you so much for still being here. All right, okay, good. So that is the Dow Jones. For those of you who have just joined us in this Facebook Live call, welcome, good welcome. My name is Joey. In case you have not met me before, Joey Choy here, top tier reminds broker in Philip Securities, trader as well. And yeah, we have pretty much just done a quick overview of the market, the Dow Jones, and now we'll go on to talk about the STI. Does it sound fast? STI. How many of you want me to cover the Singapore market, right? Before we go into the Singapore stock that you guys are asking about, how many of you want me to cover the Singapore market, the STI? Let me know. Just type STI. Type STI in the chat below. Let me know. Type STI if you want me to cover the STI. Type STI in the chat. Let me know. And it'll be really helpful. It'll be really good if you guys can give me a like and a share or hit the heart button as well. Let me just see. I think there should be a, yeah, there should be a heart button. Let me try and find on my phone. Yeah, so there should be a heart button as well. Help me to hit the like button and the share button. Thank you so much. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see this, but yeah, I really appreciate those hearts and likes and share as well, so that we can reach out to more people. We see what are some of the most popular stocks. Thank you so much. Okay, and I think there should be a notification as well. You can go to like overview on your phone. I think there's like live chat overview. So let me just see. Sorry. Yeah, just go to overview. I think you can hit the notification so that whenever we go live in the future, you will not miss out. You will receive a notification as well. All right. Okay, so STI Norman, STI Anthony, hi. STI Charles, STI Elaine, STI, hi Kiyong, Jenny, STI. So a lot of you talking about STI. So I think very quickly, let me just go ahead and talk about the STI right now. And let's see whether it looks the same as the Dow Jones or the US market. Okay, so this is the STI, Singapore Straits Times Index, trading about 3252. So same thing, all right? I think for STI, in fact, we have not really sold off that much compared to the Dow Jones, more than 20%. For the S&P 500, the Nasdaq even worse, all right? Sort of, the tech stocks sell off even more. But for STI, since the beginning of the year, or maybe since last year, you can see that we have found a pretty good support. I mentioned about this support in my previous live session as well, and that would be the 3,000 level. Let me just go to draw it for you. I think I've drawn it previously, but that would be the support around that 3,050 level for about 2 years now. We have been holding above these levels, kind of like nearly a couple of times. Look at this right here. 1, 2, 3. We kind of like nearly rebounded, touched previously somewhere around October rebounded. So that 3,000 to 3,050 I mentioned previously as well is a really critical support level. We want to stay above that level, and so far it seems like we are still staying above that level. And I mentioned that if we stay above that level, we are still safe, right? We are still safe. We are just in a consolidation mode. We're not in a very firm like uptrend and like hitting higher and very, very strong. Not really, but I wouldn't say like we are very weak or like in a very bearish mode like the US. We're not that bearish as well. We are just pretty much moving sideways. I mean, the banks are kind of like leading the recovery we've seen. So it's just a bit more sideways, all right? And the place would be, I would say, shifting away from like, in the beginning of the year, we had all the tech stocks selling off. So of course, Singapore tech sector sold off as well. And then with this Russian-Ukraine war happening in February, March, we saw strength in some of these energy stocks as well. Energy stocks, energy sector, oil and gas sector as well. And that's been pretty much the play, right? And right now, because of the Fed kind of like hinting towards slowing the pace of rate hikes, we are starting to see strength coming back in some of the tech stocks, in Singapore, even in the US as well. We are seeing strength coming back in some of the tech stocks because these tech stocks sold off heavily, right, when this whole talk about rate hikes came out. But now, when it talks about easing or kind of like being less aggressive, we are starting to see strength in the tech stocks. I think going forward into next year, end of the year or maybe in 2023, we will slowly start to see strength coming back in the tech sector, especially if all these rate hikes start to cool off, inflation starts to come down, right, gently. We might start to see a play back towards the tech stock, but very gently. I wouldn't say in the next like 1 or 2 weeks or 1-2 months, maybe gently, maybe over the next 6 to 9 months, we could have potentially found a bottom, right? We could potentially have found a bottom. Okay, so this is the STI. So let me just go ahead to share with you guys very quickly where we are. So this is what 3,252, and that is the level you want to take note of. I think I draw this line right over here. That would be the 3,300, right? So you can see right here, we was the support level somewhere in April this year. We kind of like consolidated, all right, broke down the support, went back up, touched this 2 times, so that 3,450, 3,450 would be pretty much a very firm resistance level. We can expect selling right here if we can get past that 3,300. Let me just draw it for you right here. All right, so 3,300 all the way up to 3,450. That is pretty much the upside. If I say again, if we can break that 3,300. So I'm not saying that it will break tomorrow or what, but if we can break the 3,300, that level is the immediate resistance, because we have touched it about 3-4 times. Look at this. Touch, we came down, touch, we came down. 2 weeks back, touch, came down. And I think last week we touched and came back down again. So about 3-4 times we touched and came back down. So right now, it seems like we are seeing a bit of selling near that 3,300 level. It's like 3,252. Yeah, still below the 3,300. So that might be the range right now. That is pretty much the range I would say that we are. We can actually consolidate right here from 3,003 maybe down towards 3,002 or 3,150. That is the range, all right? And of course, if we get down below 3,150 again, then not so good. We might hit back down towards the support that I talked about, the 3,000 to 3,050. So that is pretty much what is happening for the STI. So far, we've seen quite a good rebound for the banks. That has led the recovery in the Straits Times Index as well. We have like DBS, UOB, even OCBC rebounding as well, and kind of like, heavyweight on the index, and that's where the market has rebounded in terms of the STI, right? So just take note of this level, the 3,300 level. I think if we want to see a firm reversal, right, or firm uptrend starting to form, that level would be key. I think if we can break that level, the 3,300, all these. So let me just remove all these. You can see that. Let me just go back to talk about the moving average, which I've covered just now. All these moving averages, the red and the blue line. So just focus on the red and the blue line, right? So we talk about the Dow Jones. That's like I can see this red and blue line, all right? It's pretty much moving flat, right? Just sideways. So sideways for now in terms of the longer term trend. Of course, in the short term, we did like move up and down, then up again. But in the longer term, the next 6 to 9 months, I think if we can break that 3,003, then yeah, these two longer term moving average, the red and the blue line, can then start to gradually point up. And then we might start to see a firmer uptrend starting to form. All right, so that would be the STI. So it looks pretty all right. It looks pretty all right for the Singapore market compared to the US. I think we look pretty stable so far. Quite a good rebound we have seen. All right, so that is the STI. Okay, good. So how many of you are still here? Type a type a three in the chat if you're still here following me so far. I think we have like close to 300 of you over here already. Thank you so much. I thought like most people would be like having their holidays or overseas, but it seems like we still have quite a bit of people over here. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so make sure you stay all the way to the end, guys. As I mentioned, for those of you who join us at the end of this live call, we will cover one stock that I like. All right, but before we go into that, I would want to go through the stocks that you like first, that you want a quick opinion, not me, you. All right, and then I'll do my best to see what's the most popular one, and we will cover that. Okay, so let's go back to the live poll. I think some of you have done the live poll just now, whereby we covered in terms of your view on the stock market. So 37 of you were 37% still bearish, 32% time to start bargain hunting, get out on any rebound, 19%. So that is your view on the stock market. So let me go ahead to push out another poll, the live poll that we talk about. Right, let me know what are some of the top Singapore stocks that you want a quick opinion on. So I just turned on the poll. Let me just grab the link again. All right, let me just grab the link again and let me know what are 3 Singapore stocks that you want a quick opinion on. Right, so very quickly, I just placed the link in the chat. It's the same link, guys, by the way. So yep, guys, it's working. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see this, but I think it should be working. Just type in 3 stocks, not 5, not 10, right? Just 3 stocks each. We can track, right? So this 3 stocks, 1 stock, 1 line, submit it. That's it, all right? And we'll see what is the most popular. Right? So I think some of you have typed your stock over here. Like Rollo, you're talking about IFAST. Type it in the poll, all right? I've just placed the link in the poll. Type in the poll. I think you're asking about what this Yang Zijiang, all right? Yang Zijiang. I think some of you are asking about. Let me see. So I'm just going through the chat, guys. But some of you have typed your stocks in the chat. We have like Marco Polo Marine and Jafar Sam. Type it in the poll. Type in the poll. Maple Tree. Type in the poll, Desmond. We have let's see, all right? UOB. Type in the poll as well. Ice Queen. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this is working. All right, so let's just wait for a while for more of you to join the live poll. So I've just placed the link in the chat, guys. Just type, click on the link, and type in the stocks that you want a quick opinion on. Very simple. 3 stocks, 1 stock, 1 line. Submit. That's it. All right. Just a few minutes more. Wait for a few more people to join. All right. So it seems like we have a few clear winners. Right, so it seems, let me just go ahead to write down. I think we have quite a few leaders, all right, right here. Let me just see, right? Okay, wow, this is changing, guys. So we have like IFAST. I think IFAST seems pretty popular. Let me just write it down first. Number 1, IFAST. So this is changing, guys. This is live. In case you don't know, this is live. So take part in the live poll. Click on the link in the chat or go to www.slido.com, which is pretty much the tool that we're using to do a live poll. Go to slido.com. The code is AMAS12. All right, AMAS12. For those of you who have just joined us, you're new to this live poll or this session called Ask Me Any Stocks right now. So we've done a quick overview on the market, the Dow Jones, the STI. Right now, we are going to talk about the stocks that you want a quick opinion on, right? So we're doing a live poll right now. You can see that this is kind of like changing. We have like more than 50 of you typing and letting me your stock. So hopefully we got a few winners that clearly stands out. Let me just see. Okay, seems like we have Rex International as well. Rex INTL, right? So IFAST number 1, number 2 will be let me see. Rex International, right? Number 3 will be Wilmar, right? Wilmar number 3. I think that looks pretty strong as well. We have, oh my God, this is just, okay, AEM. I think AEM as well. Number 4, AEM. Right. So guys, make sure, I think you can see some of those stocks that perhaps you are asking for as well. So if you see the name over there, then you can just type in the same name, and then that's where you will tabulate the poll as well. So 1 stock, 1 line. If you key like 3 stocks together in 1 line, you can't tabulate, right? So 1 stock, 1 line, and then you submit it. All right. Okay. So just a few more minutes, guys. 30 more seconds. Let me see, right? 30 more seconds. We have, let's see, Geo Energy as well. All right, Geo Energy. Let me just see. Okay, we have a Sembcorp. Well, Sembcorp Marine seems like a lot, but it seems like a lot of energy guys, energy stock. Sembcorp Marine. Okay, so let me just repeat, guys. I just pulled out like 6 stocks for now. Number 1, IFAST. That's like a clear winner. IFAST. Number 2, Rex International. Number 3, Wilmar. Number 4, AEM. Number 5, Geo Energy. Number 6, we have Sembcorp Marine. All right. Let me see what is this. Right, it's kind of it's changing. Okay, I think we have like one more coming up pretty strongly as well. Keppel Corp. Okay, Keppel Corp. Okay, let me just choose one more. All right, let me just choose one more from here, and let's just see. All right, we have DBS. Right, DBS. Okay, so let me just guys repeat. I think I've just pulled out 8 stocks for now. All right, if you have more time, we try to cover as well, but this is still changing. So let me just pull out. I think these are the pretty much the more popular ones. We have IFAST number 1, number 2, Rex International, number 3, Wilmar, 4, AEM, number 5, Geo Energy, number 6, Sembcorp Marine, number 7, Keppel Corp, number 8, we have DBS. Is this what you guys are asking about? Guys, just type yes if these are pretty much the stocks that you want to cover. Type yes in the chats. Right here before we dive into the first stock, which would be IFAST. Let me know. Type yes in the chat. Okay, so let me just turn on the poll for now, right? Let me just pause the poll for now so that like quite a lot of you taking part already. So let me just pause this poll, drag it back up here. All right, so we this is the STI which we have covered just now. And let me know, guys, how many of you cover the first stock right here? The first stock that we will cover will be IFAST. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so I think that is pretty much the 8 stocks we have picked up. Let me go on to talk about the first one, which will be IFAST. Right here, IFAST. Right, so we have covered this stock. I think about 1-2 weeks back, I did a video. I think on YouTube as well. I think I placed it on Facebook, and this is pretty much where we are right now, about $5.96. All right, so I talked about this in a video about 2 weeks back, and I mentioned about this resistance level that we want to take note of, and that would be the $5 psychological level. All right, and the fact is that we started to see a bit of strength coming back in the tech stocks. I did a video on tech stock as well. We are like, I think AEM is one of them. We'll cover AEM, and it's one of them. AEM, UMS, Frankens, and even IFAST as well. One of those tech stocks that sold off heavily this year. Look at this right here. We kind of like traded from like 2020 from $1, $2, all the way to $10. And beginning of the year 2022, we broke the $8 and we just sold off all the way down, right? And that was pretty much what happened. I mean, as for the entire tech sector in the US, that sold off. IFAST also pretty much like a fintech, stock that sold off as well. And over the past 1-2 weeks, right, as there were talks about the Fed kind of like being less aggressive in rate hikes, we are starting to see strength coming back in the Singapore tech sector as well. Right, and IFAST is one of them, right? So and I talk about this $5 level. This $5 would be a very critical, what we call a support level. You can see we broke down right here, retested it, went back down, and we kind of like went above these $5. So there was an alert set, and I think I kind of sent out a note as well to my clients in Philip Securities. So those of you who are my clients, I think you probably received a WhatsApp. So yeah, we kind of like broke this $5 resistance level right here, whereby we kind of like traded below since April. All right, so about 6 to 7 months trading below the $5, consolidated up, down, tested, but somewhere around here on the 24th of November, we broke the $5. So that's a sign of strength. That's a sign of strength. The sign of strength whereby we are coming out above, or that consolidation phase, the $5 psychological resistance. We are out of it, and that's where we can potentially push higher. All right. So there's some upside targets that were drawn from 5 all the way to about that $6, and it seems like we have already hit our target. All right, and let's see where we are right now. So this is it right here. You can see that this 200 days and 100 days moving average. So in terms of the longer term trend, so short term, there were some upside targets that were drawn. As I mentioned, we broke the $5. Actually expected a bit of short term upside all the way to like $6 first. All right, I mean, in fact, we can just pull out the targets that were drawn. Let me just show you what I mean. Right here. So yeah, we kind of like covered IFAST, right? Somewhere around the, let me just see. So I think somewhere around here. Okay, so I kind of got this. Let me just pull out this. So there were some upside targets that were drawn right here, I think on the 24th, 25th of November. So this was like about 2 weeks back. And you can see right here, we kind of broke this $5. So about 518, 510 around there. I did a quick screenshot, and the upside targets that were drawn by about 18 to 20% to about $6. This was before it even played out, guys. I mean, some of you might be asking, of course, now we have seen that it's played out already, but this was like 2 weeks back before it even played out. So the upside targets were drawn because, as I mentioned, this $5 was a critical psychological level. Right? As we broke it, of course, we saw pretty decent volume as well, and the short-term trend looked pretty good as well. Look at this right here, the 20 days moving average line. Look at this right here, come cross back above that 100 days moving average line, and this $5 was a firm resistance level. So upside targets were drawn before it even play out. Can we just close this? Now that it has played out, so short-term wise, it was looking really quite good above the $5, right? But in terms of the longer term, so I think some of my clients usually ask me, what about the longer term trend? I mean, like, is it time for it to reverse all the way back up? So my upside target was drawn to about $6. If you notice, right, I did not draw it to like $10 or $20 at one go, right? It didn't make sense. It's just a short term because we saw some pretty good, decent price action above $5, and upside targets $6, about 15 to 20%. That's it, right? And that's where you can potentially see some profit taking again. All right. So that is the short term. But in the long term, right, what we're going to look at the 100 days and the 200 days moving average. Look at this right here. So this red line, pretty much we broke down below the 200 days moving average blue line somewhere around like February, January. Of course, we broke the $8 psychological support. Everything started to hit down. It's pretty much a bit of a downtrend. And now this red line, look at this right here. This red line is starting to slope up. It's starting to slope up right now. You can see it's starting to slope up. It's not, is it still below the blue line? The answer is yes. All right, it's still below, right? It's still below the blue line. Of course, it's sloping up. It's hopefully going to, move up and up. I mean, if I can just draw it for you, if this is what you want, I mean, hopefully it's like move up and up and up, and like this is the red line, and eventually the blue line, all right, is, sorry, so that is the red line. All right, and let's say if we can draw another line right here, the blue line, and this is the blue line that starts to, point up as well over here. Yes, so if this happened, of course, now I'm kind of like projecting. So this is what I projected, right? If this happened, I mean, let's say if we were to stay above the 550, I think $5, 550 would become like this near-term support for now. But if you can stay above these levels, I would say that this red and blue line, the 100 days moving average, so let's move up. The blue line will flatten out, eventually pointing out as well. So red above the blue, if this happens right here, all right, if this happens, let me just put it in black for you. So I'm not kind of projecting to show you what I'm looking out for, even though it has not happened yet. If this happens, that is where we can have a formal confirmation in terms of the longer term trend. I say again, longer term, not short term, right? Short term, I covered just now. $6, we have hit our target. That's it, right? That's it. I mean, that's where we are saying profit taking, all right? But the longer term, if you ask me for more confirmation, that is what I'm looking at. You're going to see, kind of like the moving averages starting to point up. Kind of like, prices holding above some of the new higher support level, like the $5, maybe even the 550. So today, okay, let me just go to show you what happened today. So I think today is like, what happened? So we kind of like, I think yesterday we attempted to break that $6 level. It's pretty good bullish move, actually. Look at this, a pretty good candle right here. But today we have gone on to kind of like a bit of profit taking, a bit of a red bar, 5.96 it closed. But you can see that even though we sold off today, we are still above the high of yesterday's bar. So yesterday's bar is like what? 581, right? The low is 581. So let's say if you have caught the upside, I mean, let's say you've caught the upside, from like, $4 or $5 and you wrote it. What you want to do is you want to take steps to protect your profits, because to be honest, guys, we have gone up from like more than like 30, 40, 50%. If you have caught the upside, great. Or you want to take steps to protect your profits. You don't want it to come all the way back down and then it's like back to square one, right? So take steps to protect your profits. And how you can do that would be to set a stop loss. I mean, if you have like bought here and here and here, you're definitely making money, right? So if it were to break down below a certain level, like maybe the 580, you can see yesterday low was about 580. So if you go below the 580, have a stop loss, maybe like 575, 578, just get out, all right? Lock in the profits, you still make money. Don't let it go all the way down. So yeah, this is pretty much what is happening. So I think it looks quite good so far. This haven't played out yet. Look at this red and blue lines, what I projected. You can see right here. Okay, you can see this is what I kind of like projected. But if we stay above that $5.50 to $5, I think we can potentially see more strength. That is where the uptrend could start to form. But right now, today, in the short term, the fact that we've gone up by more than 30-40% over the past 1-2 months, it is normal to also see some profit taking along the way. In fact, that is healthy. We don't want a stock to just go up every single day. I think that's where you want to be careful. If we see a bit of profit taking along the way, it comes back down, a bit of pullback, and then we find a bit of the support, which is higher, by the way, that's perfectly fine as well. And then we start to continue to push higher. Does it make sense? Right. So that would be for IFAST. I think it still looks good. Let's see if we can stay above the 550. Maybe what we could do is to draw another support level right here around the 550. That could be kind of like the near term support for now. I think we kind of like see it dip a little bit to like maybe 550, 560. I think that's where some bargain hunting might come back again. All right. But ultimately, we want to get past that $6, the $6 which we are kind of like tempted to stay above yesterday, but today we sold back down again. Okay, so that would be for IFAST. So I think some of you would have, who have my system, some of you who have like kind of like got in on my one good trend program. Let me just show you. I think I covered in a video as well for IFAST. Let me just show you right here. So this is a system. I'll not talk too much about it. This is pretty much a Facebook live session whereby we cover the stocks that you guys like. So IFAST is one of those stocks that we covered as well. And we have this system called One Good Trend, all right, 1GT in short. And in fact, we were alerted to this system. This signal as well. You can see it was very, very firm downtrend. I'll not go too far, but you can see that we had several like bearish signal for IFAST since like beginning of the year. We had a red arrow down, went down, sold off, red bar. But just recently, before that move up since like October, all right, here we got like a white arrow up, this like exit of this bearish signal. And on the 27th of October, we got this green arrow up. That is a bullish entry signal. All right? And you can see when we got this arrow up, because of course, some of you might say, why is the bar red in color? And then we got this bullish entry signal. Well, as I said, the trend might still be down in the longer term, but in the short term, we can still see strength. And that's the reason why we got this bullish entry signal right here. All right, 27th October, we got this bullish signal, and it just went up from like what 380 all the way to where we are right now at 596. And is there any exit signal yet on this entry signal? So every entry there will be like an exit signal, right? It does make sense to you, but so far right now there aren't any exit signals. So it still looks good, right? Of course, if we maybe would break below the 580 or what, then we might see an exit signal. But as we're looking at it right now, there aren't any exit signals. So it looks quite good. We might consolidate a bit. We might attempt to break that $6 again, and then this bullish entry signal might continue to play out. So we kind of like use the system to guide us. If you do see an exit signal, it can kind of guide us to get out as well. That's where some selling or some profit taking is actually coming back. All right. Okay. So this is the IFAST. So yeah, on the 1GT system. So I'll not talk too much about it. For those of you who want to find a bit more on this like system, how we have a system to guide us, how to pull out those winning stocks, you can attend one of those free web class that we're still running. Maybe let me just go ahead to share the link with you guys right here. So that is the link to find out a little bit more. If you want to find a bit more on the framework. All right. And this is how you can access the system. That is pretty much the link I placed in the chat. Okay, so that is IFAST. So I pretty much dive quite, this is one of those popular stocks, so I dive quite deep into it. All right, that's pretty much the first stock. So let's move on to stock number 2, right? Stock number 2, that would be like Rex International. Let me just move a little bit faster to cover all the stocks, guys. Okay, so this is Rex International. What do you guys think about this stock, Rex International? And for those of you who are asking about this stock, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on Rex International? Is it a little more bearish, a little bit more bullish, sideways? Let me know, guys, in the chat what are your thoughts on Rex International right here, trading at about 0.235. All right. So I think some of you are saying it's bearish, right? So let me know, guys, if you guys are still here. All right. It seems like some of you have dropped off. I'm not too sure whether is it the connection or not. Let me see. Okay, it seems like it's working fine again. Okay, good. In case any of you drop off, you can just go to my Facebook page again. Just go to my Facebook page, and that's where you can join us back. Let's go to the live session, right? Okay, good. So let's see. So this is Rex International trading about 0.235. So I would say that right now for Rex International, Okay, I think, yeah, kind of like drop off a little bit. Let me just check if everything is right. Okay, seems like it's working. Okay, so this is Rex International trading about 235 now, and you can see that the support right now is quite clearly around that 22 cents level. 22 cents, you can see that we come like touch about like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4, 5 times since like June, July. A couple of touches rebounded and went to about 0.26. So the range is quite clearly around 22 to 0.26, right? That is pretty much the range for Rex International, right? The range for Rex International. I would say that a little bit of a downtrend because look at this right here. We have formed what we call lower highs as well, right? This was kind of like the peak somewhere on the March, right? Somewhere around March, we form another lower high right here, a lower high, lower high. In fact, we can also draw what we call a downward sloping, like a channel resistance level. You can see right here connecting the highs, right? So a bit of a downtrending stock for now. So probably don't want to be more careful. I mean, this was one of those good stocks somewhere in 2021 whereby I saw a couple of rebounds. Look at this right here. We sort of went to a peak, but somewhere around like, like March or April, it started to consolidate at a lower level, right? Consolidate at a lower level. Consolidate, we broke lower and we couldn't get past or above that resistance level, that 0.2, the 38 level, right? And we broke down, went down as well and consolidated, I would say, over the past 5 to 6 months from 22 to 26. So I think for this stock, just want to be a bit more careful, all right? If we can hold above that 22, it's still fine. That is the range, 22 to 26, about 4 cents. You can write the range as well. But I think in order to see a more firmer reversal, we want to definitely get past that 0.26 level. That's where the upside can happen, maybe all the way back to like 30 cents to 32 cents. Does that make sense? All right, that would be for Rex International. All right, so that's pretty much Rex International there. And let's go on to stock number 3, which would be like Wilmar. All right, Wilmar. So guys, just type a 3 in the chat if you want to go on to stock number 3, Wilmar, to let me know that you guys are still here and this connection. I think some of you have messaged me privately to tell me that you have, I think, locked out or something. So try to make sure that everything is right. Let me know. Just type a 3 or hit the like and the share button if you're still here before we move on to. Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, I think some of you, in terms of the Facebook page, let me just go ahead to save it again. Okay, so I think some of you have privately messaged me that the live video kind of like got cut off because of some connection issue. Let me just go to refresh it to make sure that it's working. I'm not too sure whether it's live again. sorry about that. Okay, so let me just go ahead to talk about it, right? So this is Wilmar, all right? Wilmar right here. For those of you who have just joined us back again, welcome to this Facebook live show. Apologies for some connection issues on my Facebook page, but if you can see and can hear this, I think that should be working fine. All right. Okay. So this is Wilmar right here, 4.09. All right. So we were pretty much selling off quite badly. I talked about this in my previous Facebook session as well. This $4 psychological support level. Look at this right here, $4. All right. And we were holding quite well above that $4. When we broke this $4 level, actually there were some targets that were drawn to the downside, maybe all the way to like maybe 350 level. That was like the downside targets, because when we broke this, like, $4, the trend was pretty much down. So in downtrend, we break a critical support level that we have rebounded like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times over the past 1-2 years. It is not that good. So some downside targets were actually drawn lower, and to about that $3.50. So it seems like we kind of like hit the target at 350 and found a bit of a support, and we started to see a bit of a rebound back up again. And over the past like 1-2 weeks, we managed to climb back above the $4 level. All right, $4 level. So that's a good thing. Right? At least we are back above that $4, which was originally the support level. It broke down, it became the resistance. And now that we have climbed back above the $4, that is now that, support level again, right? The same support level that we have been holding since 2020. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it is the support level again. So for those of you who are looking at Wilmar, I mean, it's only like 1-2 weeks that we are, trading above $4. But it seems like so far the $4 like it seems like a pretty good support level. And this green line, so we want to look at the short term, we look at the 20 days moving average. I think I talked about it, right? So this 20 days moving average, you can see it is still pointing up. Does it make sense, guys? It's still pointing up right now. You can see it's still pointing up, and prices are still above it. In fact, right now prices are still above this green line. It's still pointing up. So short term wise, it still looks quite okay, right? But what would be like the near term resistance level whereby you want to take off? I think that would be that maybe about $4.30, if I can draw it right here, about 420 to 430 is not very clear, but I think maybe about 430. Why? Look at this, we came down, but over the past like 1-2 weeks, 420 is a little bit of a temp resistance level. So I think upside right now could be somewhere from $4 to about 420 to only 430. That I mean, I'm not too sure exactly, is it 420 or 430? But I think right around here, it could be just about 420 first, because 420 past 2 weeks, it seems like we can't really get past that level. So 420, if that happens, if it breaks, we might go to about 430, which would be a much formal resistance level. All right, so that would be for Wilmar. So I think it looks quite good. At least we managed to climb back above the $4. I mean, I would say I would be quite bearish. I'll be a little bit more bearish if we stay below the 4. You know, that's where selling and come back again might hit all the way back down to like 350. But the fact that we come back above the $4, I think that's a sign of strength. All right, that is where we potentially can start to see like more, I would say, more upside. You know, potentially a reversal starting to come back all the way up to like the 430. So that is pretty much the range, right? So short term, it looks quite good. Anything above $4, the short term for Wilmar looks pretty awesome. All right, but longer term, we still need more time to tell, because you can see the moving averages are still kind of like pointing down a little bit flat. The red and blue line, you can see red still below the blue, both flattening out. Longer term, need more time. Maybe if you get above the 430, all right, like I think I've explained for IFAST, right? We need more time. That plays out, the red goes above the blue, then that is where we can talk about the longer term. But right now, let's talk about the short term. Anything above $4, I think it looks quite okay. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. I think some of you have messaged me. You say that you got disconnected typing. I hope that you are back and you can see this live. This live. You have joined us back already. So let me know, guys. Type yes if it's live. If you guys are still following me, type yes in the chat. If any of you have got this disconnected as well, let me know so that I know how many of you are still here. It seems like we still have about 200 of you on board, but I'm not too sure how many of you have got dropped off because of the connection. I got like an alert that it kind of like dropped off a little bit. All right. All right. Okay. Yes. Kwakun. Yes. Tom Low. Thank you. I'm back. All right. So I think you got dropped off, but you're back. Thank you so much for coming back. Awesome. Disconnected and reconnected. Thanks, Eileen. Oh, so I mean, yeah. So there was really a problem because my team kind of like told me that there was some issue with the connection. Luckily got spare phone. Thank you so much for coming back again. Yes, still here. Awesome. I think most of you got disconnected, but I'm glad that it's still working fine and you managed to come back and you're still looking at this video. Back. Great to be back, Lynette. Awesome. Thank you so much. First phone video ended. I'm not too sure why, maybe some connection issue. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'm glad that you guys are back. If ever you got disconnected again or something, just go to my Facebook page. All right, and you will be able to find the live video. I think you should be working fine. Okay, so that is pretty much the stock number 3, which would be Wilmar. All right, let's go on to stock number 4, which would be AEM. So let me just move on a bit quicker. Right now, we have covered like 4 stocks. I'll cover like at least 8 stocks at least. So Wilmar. Okay, so Wilmar is one of those like heavyweights. Okay, let me just remove all this so that it's a bit clearer for you guys. All right, and this is one of those heavyweight tech stocks that I covered in some of my videos as well. So let me just go to draw what we call the horizontal support and resistance line. I think that would definitely be a line right there, somewhere around here as well, $4 and $3.90. Let me see if there's some support level. I think about $3. I think that would be like a support level. Okay, so let me just go to explain to you, right? So this is ABM trading at about $3.80, right? $3.80. So okay, I think we can draw one more line right here, a bit of a resistance somewhere on the 540 level. So I would say that for AEM, since the beginning of the year, right, same thing like the rest of the tech stocks, the US tech stocks, AEM being in the tech sector as well, we started to see a bit of weakness as well. So we kind of like touched this like $5.40 peak, and we saw what we call lower highs again. So let me just draw this line, lower highs. You can see forming lower highs. So this is a high, The high became $5. It became even lower at like $4.60, and now the high became somewhere around like $3.90. So a bit of a lower high along the way. Just shows we are a bit weak. We are in a bit of a downtrend, right, in the longer term. All right, and I talk about this support level. So this support level would be, okay, let me just change this to like green in color, where would that be? About here, 390. All right, so yeah, 390. All right, 390 was that really strong support since 2021. We bounded like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I mentioned that, I think there were some downside targets that were drawn actually when we broke this 390 level on the, let me see, right, 11th of October. Let me just go to pull out. I think there were some downside targets whereby we kind of like draw it as well, somewhere on 11th of October, right? Let me just go to pull up and let's see right here. All right, I think, yeah, this is it right here. So that was, sorry, let me remove this right here, sorry. So this is for AEM on the 12th of October, all right? There was this 390, as I mentioned, this 390 was a really strong support holding since last year, May, July, all right? But when it broke that 390 level right here, so it's like 385, 382 is pretty fast. There were some downside targets that were drawn all the way towards that 350, 340 level right here. This was before it even played out. Of course, now it has played out and then rebounded from there. But I want to prove to you this point that 390 was a really firm support level. Rebounded 5 times and it didn't hold. And of course, with some signs of a downtrend, then in October, downside targets were drawn. Right, so that was then. Right, so let me just go to look at where we are right now again. So you can see that we kind of like sold off. Right, same thing. We hit our downside target. Of course, now it has played out. It went to like about $3, and we found some support back at $3 psychological level, and we started to see a bit of a rebound back. All right, obviously you can see that this 390, let me just change it to red in color, because 390 has turned from a support to what we call a resistance level, correct? Right, resistance level right here. Right? Why is that so? Yeah, that's how it works in the market, right? So, whenever we look at the charts and all that, we want to focus on things like the support and resistance line, because that was originally the support. And as it rebounds back here, those, who have sold over here, they might want to sell, or maybe take short positions to ride the downside back down again, or, buyers who have bought and supported this price level here, now that it's hit back up here, they want to be a bit more careful, because we are still below this level as well. So in the chart, right, we want to focus on levels of support turn resistance turn support as well. Of course, we look at the trend as well. But right now, you can see that this support 390 has turned to a resistance, and we are 380, right, which is below 390, right? So maybe you can give it a bit of leeway. We can just shift this line a little bit up. Maybe just say it's like $4, right? 390 to $4. I think that would be the resistance level right now. You can see that this is also where the 100 days moving average line is as well. This red line that I talk about, you can see the red is still below the blue. So as I say, the longer term trend still down. For now, we need more confirmation, but this $4 level also where the red line is. So I think for AEM, I think in the short term, the fact that we have managed to see quite a good rebound all the way up here could also be good to take some profit, because anything near the $3.90 to $4, some selling or some profit taking can actually come back, which is what we're seeing now. All right, so I think in order to see like more upside or the reversal happening, we definitely want to maybe break back up above the $4 to give a bit more upside, maybe all the way back up to that 460 level would be, maybe about 4. Let's take a look, right? That's maybe about 470, right? 470 would be the next resistance level. If we can get past $4, maybe 470. You can see right here, a bit of resistance. Even here as well, look at this right here, 470, a bit of resistance. It was the support level. We broke down. Resistance level went down as well. So yeah, maybe about 470, that could be potentially the upside. But that is only if we get past the $4. Does it make sense? All right, so that is for AEM. So pretty strong rebound. As I say, the tech stocks are starting to see some strength, even for UMS as well. I'm not too sure whether UMS, if we have time, we can cover that, but I did a video on tech stocks as well. We are starting to see strength in the tech stocks slowly coming back because of talks about less aggressive rate hikes. Many of those tech stocks will start to see strength as well. All right. Okay. So that would be stock number 4. Let's move on to stock number 5, which would be Geo Energy, right? Stock number 5, Geo Energy. Let me take a look at it, right? So this is Geo Energy. I think it was one of those popular stocks we covered last year, very strong uptrend, but it seems like somewhere around May, we are back to what we call a consolidation, right? And I think I mentioned in the video as well, that would be the consolidation phase, all right, from that 0.35 to 0.45, right? It's like about a 10 cents range, right? About 10 cents range. I have no idea why it's 10 cents, but that is pretty much the range, right? The range right here from 0.35 to 0.45, right? So I think you're going to kind of like catch the dips, maybe near that 35 cents. You want to have a stop losses in case it were to break down that 35 cents. Potentially, we might see weakness going to like 30, 25. Just want to have a stop loss because you can see this 35 cents rebounded a couple of like 4-5 times already. Look at this, right? Rebounded, and now we are right here. So I'm not too sure whether next week or next week or next month you will break down. But if it does, then you want to be careful because there are some signs of the trend turning down from the moving average. Look at this red below the blue, green pointing down as well. This 20 days moving average is sloping down, all right, which is okay, but it's not okay only if it breaks the 0.35 cents. I mean the 0.35, the 35 cent level of support. Then selling can potentially come down. We might really hit lower. So just take note of this support level. If not, if you're going to try to catch a dip, catch a rebound, yeah, maybe somewhere near 40 to 45, can get out. That's where profit taking can come back again. So I think for this stock, that is pretty much the sideways, a bit down to sideways for now. We probably want to look at it again only if we can break past that 45 cents level. I think we can break past this 45 cents key resistance level, then the uptrend can start to take shape, can come back again. The uptrend can potentially start to happen again. I mean, in terms of it turning from a bit of a down to maybe in an upwards direction. Okay, Roland, sorry, you're asking about IFAST. Yes, we have covered IFAST just now. In case you missed it, you can look at the video again, but we have talked about IFAST just now already. I think you got disconnected just now, but not to worry. I'm glad that you're back. Thanks for coming back, Roland. But we have covered IFAST. You can watch the replay in case you missed any parts on it. Okay, good. Okay, so let's take a look at the stocks again, right? So let me see. All right, so we have covered pretty much, guys, 5 stocks already. We have covered IFAST, number 1, number 2, Rex International, number 3, Wilmar, number 4, AEM, number 5, Geo Energy, right? So these are the 5 stocks that we have covered already. Let me just go ahead to talk about it very quickly. Stock number 6, which would be Sembcorp Marine, right? Sembcorp Marine, type of 6, guys, type 6 in the chat if you're still here, just to make sure that you guys are still following and you're not disconnected like some of you had been disconnected. Type 6 in the chat if you are still following me. Let me know. Awesome. Okay, so I think it's still pretty good. It's still working. All right. Anthony 6, Susila 6, Alex 6, Kevin 6, Sean 6 as well. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Roland 6. Okay, it's working. Let's go on to stock number 6, which will be Sembcorp Marine. Okay, very good. So this is Sembcorp Marine, one of those stocks that we like as well. In fact, one of those I would say, I think I did a video on the oil and gas stocks just last week as well, and Sembcorp Marine was one of them. And okay, let me just see, right? So Sembcorp Marine, let me see what we have covered then. Sembcorp Marine was pretty much consolidating and it broke this 13 cents level, right? Somewhere around November, right? So let me just go to show you what happened then. I think somewhere around like November, we were actually consolidating below this 13 cents resistance. So about 12 cents to 13 cents, you can see we were like, came down, came down, but when we broke that 12 cents and eventually that 13 cents resistance level, you can see that the trend is up. We can draw what we call an upward sloping channel support line connecting the lows and forming higher lows. All right. And from the moving averages, the green line was above the red, obviously is still pointing up. All right. Then that was in like beginning of November, this last month. All right. And when it broke that 13 cents, the 0.130, all right, upside targets was drawn to about that 15 cents, 0.150. It's about like 15% upside. You can see right here. So this was, again, guys, this was like beginning of November. I think a note was sent out to my clients in Philip as well. I think for those of you who are my clients, you probably receive a WhatsApp message or something like that. All right. And yeah, so there were some upside targets that were drawn before it even play out, right? And then, so I think some of you have been asking me, like, how do you become a client? How do you get some of these ideas much faster? For those of you who are not yet a client, all right, let me just go ahead to share this thing. Let me just to clear out some doubts. Basically, I'm a broker reminder in Philip Security. So if you want to get some of our ideas by WhatsApp faster, I think in fact, some of those stocks that we shared, yeah, we do send out a note by WhatsApp. There's a little chart, there's a little description by myself. I've just placed the link in the chat. If you're not yet a client, all right, click on the link, all right, apply, send your application. My team will call you, and once you're a client, I will speak with you as well, all right, and make sure you come on board as a client to get some of those services in terms of our WhatsApp ideas daily. I mean, especially if you're trading online on your own or some online brokers, no broker, nobody send you any things, right? No services, no ideas, no video, no training, no WhatsApp, nothing. You probably want to come on board as a client of mine, right? So just click on the link to find out a bit more. All right, I just placed the link in the chat. For those of you who are already a client, I believe you should be receiving. All right, so thank you so much. Lynette, I think you're receiving. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right. So yeah, so those of you who are my client, I think you should be receiving, not just reach out to my team and we'll check, right? But yeah, so this is Sembcorp Marine. So sorry to digress a little bit, right? Okay, but yeah, 130. So let me just go to close this, and this is where we are right now. So upside targets was drawn from 0.130 all the way up to about 0.150. That was about 1 month back. All right, and it seems like we have hit our target already. All right, so it's like, as I say, 14-15% upside. But I think this stock still looks quite good, right? It still looks quite good. We are still, I would say, in an uptrend, a pretty firm uptrend. I would say, look at this, the green line is pointing up, prices above the green line, and same thing, this red and blue line, they're obviously both pointing up. So longer term trend looks good for this company, for Sembcorp Marine. It looks quite good right now. All right, of course, we want to stay above a certain support level. And what would be the support level now? Very simple. This support level, I mean, originally it was the 13 cents, which we broke up, and then 13 cents became a support. But it seems like we consolidated a little bit right here from 13 to 14 cents from like October, November. And over the past week, we broke above that 14 cents level again. So now I would say 14 cents would be the nearer term support level. Does that make sense? All right, so let me just, yeah, so that would be like the resistance turn support. So about 14 cents to 15 cents, about a 10 cents, yeah, kind of like 14, sorry, about 1 cent upside range, 0.14 to 0.15, all the way up to maybe like 0.16. So a bit of resistance. So we have hit our target, as I mentioned, about 15 cents. I think if you can break the 15 cents, now we are seeing some profit taking, which is normal. I mean, as I say, we want to see some profit taking along the way as well. All right, we don't want to just go up and up and up every single day. You want to be very, very careful. But if we, push up a little bit, see a bit of profit taking, consolidate, and then start to push up a bit more, that's what we call a healthy uptrend. And that is where we can potentially see more strength in, rather than just pushing up every day. Then it's a bit more dangerous. Does it make sense? All right, so that would be for Sembcorp Marine. Support right now, I think about 14 cents, slightly higher, not 13, but 14. If you can stay above 14, it still looks quite bullish. It's still in a pretty decent uptrend. Okay, so that is Sembcorp Marine. Okay, good to join as a client. Thank you. All right, so definitely good to join as a client, right? So yeah, that is the link, guys. For those of you who are not yet a client of mine, you're not getting some of my ideas by WhatsApp as a client, make sure you click on the link, all right, come on board, and that's where you can get some of our services, like our WhatsApp ideas, absolutely for free, all right? You don't pay anything more, all right? It's exactly the same as you're paying when you are trading in wherever you're trading right now, all right? So if you're trading online, any brokers, you're not getting any service, just like hotline, you wait like 5-10 minutes or something like that. Yeah, you can come on board, and that's where you can enjoy some service at least. All right. Okay. Let's talk about next one. So okay, Sembcorp Marine too. Maybe let me just show you what it says. I mean, some of you might be asking about the system. So as I say, we have this system called 1GT system. So this is Sembcorp Marine. All right, and somewhere around like October, right here, we actually got this bullish signal on the 5th of October. And this right here is a green bar. So pretty strong uptrend, I would say. We got this bullish signal started to push up from like 11 cents all the way to about 13, 0.135. We got an exit, and then look at this recently, somewhere on the 25th of November, which is like last Friday. All right, we got this before the move started. So we got this bullish signal started to push up, and yeah, this is where we are right now. And obviously, there are no exits yet. What do you mean by exit? Exit would be like this thing right over here. That means it just shows that you want to probably get out. There's some profit taking, there's some selling coming back. It can guide us to also just get out or lock in some profit as well. So yeah, we got this bullish signal. 25th of November again went up. There are no exits yet. So I think if we can break that 15 cents level, we can potentially see more upside. All right, so that is the 1GT system. You can find a bit more. You can attend one of those free web class. I'm not talking too much about the whole entire framework, but attend one of those free web class to find out a little bit more. All right. Okay, Sembcorp Marine. Let's go on to talk about Keppel Corp. I think another stock that a lot of people are asking as well, Keppel Corp, let's see, all right? So this is Keppel Corp, right? One of those pretty strong uptrending stocks as well. But I think today we saw a bit of a profit taking. So let's see what has happened, all right? So Keppel Corp, we kind of like sold off somewhere in September to November, found that support level again somewhere like from 640 to 650. You can see this was where we rebounded a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, and I can see we neared it, rebounded again from 640 to 650. So pretty strong upside, and eventually we broke back up above the $7 and more strength came back, right? So kind of like push up. And over the past 1 week plus, let's see, right? I think 750 was this resistance level that we were in September before we saw. So it seems like over the past 1 week, we actually attempted to break that 750. I think that's where I think if we can hold above 750, upside targets can be drawn as well, all the way to maybe about like $8, right? That could be like the upside targets. But it seems like over the past 1-2 days, a little bit of profit taking, all right, kind of like sold off a little bit, and we came back below the 750 level. So I think a little bit of profit taking right now. Not too sure what's the reason, but we did see some selling coming back, and based on this bearish candlestick bar right here, a little bit of a selling coming back. So we are still above this 20 days moving average. So the next support, I mean, just a very, very gentle next temporary support would be like 740, because this is where the 20 days moving average is. So just a bit more careful, because we can see profit taking like this coming back, because the fact that we have already rebounded, look at this right here, from like the 660 all the way up by more than 15-16%. So each time, people want to take some profit or things like that, and that's where you can also sell. So make sure you take steps to protect your profits as well. So in terms of the system, let me just show you. So this is Keppel Corp. So same thing like Sembcorp Marine, we did had a couple of bullish signal, went up, then we got an exit, came back down, and then we got this new bullish signal somewhere in November, went all the way up, and today we got this exit coming out. So you can see like when we see an exit, that shows like there's some selling. It can also guide you to get out. So I think it might be good if you have rode the upside. All right, it's good to also get some to get out, lock in some profits, because we might see some weakness coming back, especially below that 750 or maybe 740 level. That is where we might see some selling coming back, maybe all the way back down to like $7 or $7.10. Might consolidate, and then we might start to push up a little bit again. All right, so a bit of selling right now for Keppel Corp, a bit of weakness in the short term. If we to stay below that 750 to 740, a little bit weak in the short term. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which should be like DBS, right? DBS. So we have covered, like I would say, a total of 7 stocks already. So IFAST, Rex, International, Wilmar, AEM, Geo Energy, Sembcorp Marine, Keppel Corp, number 7. Number 8 is right now DBS, right? DBS right here. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so DBS is one of those banks, all right, that we have covered as well, like UOB, very, very strong rebound we have seen. And in my previous Facebook Live as well, we talk about DBS being in what we call a consolidation. So we were like consolidating in this range from 32 to 34 level, right? That was like from July, August, all the way to around October, about 2-3 months. Just moving from 32 to 34, up, down. It's like a $2 range, right? $2 range, okay? And over the past 1 month plus, we managed to break that 34 level, and there were actually some upside targets that were drawn. I mean, from like 32 to 34, we could actually shift up and revise our targets higher to about that 36. So upside targets were drawn to about 36, and that's where it seems like we are seeing some profit taking as well. So today we kind of closed at what? I think we kind of close at 34 level, right? Just right at the 34 level of support. So just be a bit careful, because this 34 would now be what we call the support level, right? 34 will be what we call the support level. So I think if we can stay above, hopefully tomorrow we stay above 34, we see a bit of a push, a bit of a bullish candle, or some reversal candle, seeing as you push away or reject that 34 level, then that could be a good thing. But just be a bit careful. If we were to go below 34, then not so good, then we might be back towards this consolidation phase again. If we go below 34, we might be back in this 32 to 34 range again. All right, hopefully, as I say, if we can stay above that 34, good, then that would be the higher range for now. That would be like the positive thing, but just be careful. As I say, we're right at that 34 level right now. So we're not too sure tomorrow how it will happen, but if it stays above 34, fine. I think the short term still looks okay, but if it goes below it, that's where you want to have a plan. In case you have already bought, then you want to take some profit, you can also have a stop loss to get out, because short term wise might be a little bit bearish below 34 level. Okay, so that would be for DBS. So we have pretty much covered like 8 stocks already. All right, 8 stocks already. So let me just go to pull out the poll one last time. to see. All right, to see. So these are pretty much the stocks that you guys were asking about right here. Let me see. So we have like Rex, we've covered IM. Yes, maybe just one more stock. Just one more stock. Let me just go to look through and see if there's another popular stock as well. Let me just see. Okay, I think there's one more stock quite popular right here called Samudera. Let me just see right here. I think SamuderaShipping as well. So let me just go to cover like Samudera, which is what is quite popular, Samudera, before we go on to talk about the stocks that there's one bonus stock I'll share with you at the end, right, guys? So those of you who are still here, thank you so much, right? I'll share with you just one more stock at the end. Hang in there, all right? Stay tuned. Right, let's go and talk about Samudera first. So this stock number 9, let me just write down. SamuderaShipping, right? So this is one of those like pretty strong, I would say decent uptrending stock since like last year. You can see that we have drawn what we call an upward sloping channel support line right here. A bit of a resistance, turn support. You can see forming what we call higher lows, right? Higher lows right over here. And over the past like 1-2 weeks, we have found this support coming back about the 90 cents. So 90 cents was actually this resistance level, we were consolidating below from September to November, like 1-2 months like that, below 90 cents. And when we broke above this 90 cents, right, that's where some signs of strength can potentially come back. And of course, when we broke over 90 cents, you can see that this 20 days moving average started to point up as well. And, it's still pointing up right now as well, right? This 20 days moving average still pointing up. So I think right now for this SamuderaShipping, for those of you who are asking about it, I think it looks quite okay in the longer term. You see this red line is still below the blue line, all right? Both sloping up. So longer term still looks quite okay. Of course, in the short term, we can see a little bit of volatility, all right? It came down, went back up, and then now we're like consolidating again. But so far, I think if we can stay above that 90 cents new support level, all right, a higher support level, upside maybe to $1 first, $1 to maybe 110, that could become like the upside for SamuderaShipping. All right, so just take note of this support 90 cents. I think that would be a key level for the uptrend to actually continue further. Okay, so that is pretty much stock number 9, SamuderaShipping. So I think we have gone off like more than an hour already. So let me know, guys, how many of you want me to go and share with you this one bonus stock that I like as well? Just type bonus in the chat. At least more than 20 of you typing bonus in the chat before I share with you one stock that I like. Type bonus in the chat right now so I can share with you this stock which I promised you at the beginning. Let me know. Type bonus in the chat. And for those of you who are still here, if you have found some value and you've got, I've covered some of those stocks that you were asking about, I would really appreciate, guys, if you can hit the like and the share button as well. Hit the like and share, or give me some love and some hearts, right? Let me see some love, right? Yeah, let me see some love, guys. Hit the like and share button so you can help me to reach out to more people as well. All right, thank you so much for doing that. But hit the like and the share button as well. All right, let me see. So a lot of bonus, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So it seems like there is a lot of hearts and likes. Awesome. Thank you so much for all the hearts and love. So like and share, guys, so that you can find this video on your profile as well and you will not miss it. Thank you so much, right? So bonus. Awesome. Let me just acknowledge. Hi, Karen. Bonus. Hi, Kai Bing. Bonus. Jenny. Bonus. Desmond. Bonus. Norman. Bonus. Awesome, right? So I think all of you want to know that bonus stock. So thanks for staying all the way to the end. But there's this one stock I will share with you. So we have pretty much covered, I would say, a quick market outlook at the beginning. We looked at the Dow Jones, we looked at the STI, some of the factors that were affecting the market. I did a very brief coverage, and then we did a live poll. All right, and we have covered pretty much like 9 stocks already. So for those of you who just joined us right now, you're just seeing this live feed right now on your Facebook or YouTube. You can watch the replay, all right? And we have pretty much covered 9 stocks that you guys were asking about. And let me just repeat these 9 stocks first. IFAST, Rex, International, Wilmar, AEM, Geo Energy, Sembcorp Marine, Keppel Corp, DBS, and SamuderaShipping. Right? So these are the 9 stocks that you, right, not me, you guys were asking about, and I kind of like covered it already, right? So there's one stock I would like to share with you that is a stock that I like as well. All right, and I think that you can also put this stock in your watch list. So a lot of you are typing like bonus. So let me just go on to share with you one stock that I like. And this stock will be none other than this company called Genting, right? Genting Singapore. And I think I've covered it as well, right? Genting Singapore, right here, right? Genting Singapore. I did a video on it, but let me just cover it. I think it looks pretty good, right? It's one of those like post-COVID recovery plays. And the reason why I like it, I mean, fundamentally, you guys can do a bit of research as well. We are seeing some pretty good results coming in from Genting. All right. And the key here is that technically on the chart as well for Genting, over the past like 2 weeks, we have seen some strength coming back from Genting in terms of, it breaking out of a very solid consolidation phase, right? So you can see that since like 2021 last year, Genting Singapore has been pretty much moving sideways, right? Sideways from this range about 70 cents to that 85 cents, right? 70 cents to 85 cents. That is pretty much the range. It's just moving up and down, up and down. I have no idea what it's doing, but it's just moving up and down, all right, in this range. And it touched a couple of times at 70 cents and it rebounded up and it came back down again and went up and came back down again, right? So the moving averages then was pretty much sideways. It was just flat, right? Not much of moves. So I was kind of like, we set some alerts, obviously. And when it kind of like broke that 85 cents, whereby, for more than a year, we have been below it. And when we broke that 85 cents, of course, I was alerted as well. And I think clients were alerted as well. And we did send out a note, some upside targets were drawn right then, all the way to about that 95 cents, 90 cents to 95 cents. And that could become like the short-term target. Why 95 cents? Because that was where we saw selling as well, somewhere in 2021, much more than a year back. That is like a key resistance level. So some upside targets were drawn then, and now it's like about 0.89. So the reason why I like this stock is that so far over the past 1-2 weeks, so we have broke it, all right? We have broke this 85 cents resistance, which is now obviously the new support level. So it seems like this new support level is still holding, right? It's still holding quite well. In fact, we are still like holding above this 85 cents level. We can't attempted to break 90 cents, came back down, but we are still holding above that 85 cents new support level. And this 20 days moving average line, let me just show it right here. This 20 days moving average line right here is still pointing up, prices above it. So it looks quite good in the short term as well. And I think that anything above that 85 cents, it looks pretty decent. I mean, the uptrend still looks pretty intact, all right? And of course, the longer term, all right, as I say, longer term, it's like flat, right, for the past 1 over year, right? And this, red and blue line, they're just like moving sideways, going up and down, on each other. But right now, you can see that this red line, it's starting to point up a little bit. The blue starting to point up a little bit as well, right? Red above the blue, so just starting to form the uptrend. Nothing I would say spectacular or fantastic yet, but just starting to form up, right? So I think if we stay above that 85 cents or maybe even 90 cents with the break, we might go to 95 cents. And that's where we could see the uptrend slowly or gradually starting to form up. So this is one of those like post-COVID play where we have like, tourism coming back, hospitality sector picking up, people starting to travel, holiday season, December and all that. That could be a good push for Genting Singapore as well in terms of the sales as well. All right, so that would be for Genting Singapore. Okay, let me just see. I think some of you got disconnected as well. Let me just try to log back in again. Sorry about that. Okay, so that would be Genting Singapore. All right, Genting Singapore, the stock, that bonus stock I shared with you, the one stock I shared with you. And that is pretty much it. Okay, so I think that's it. We have pretty much come. How many of you want maybe just one more stock? One more stock. Just type one in the chat if you want one more stock I can share with you. Just type one in the chat. One more bonus stock. Let me know, type one in the chat if you want that extra bonus stock beside Genting Singapore. Let me know. Okay, one. I think some of you got disconnected as well. Apologies for that, guys. I'm not too sure what is the connection issue here, but it seems like some of you got dropped off as well in this Facebook live session. Hopefully you came back again. All right, okay, so one. So let me just share with you maybe just one more stock very quickly, guys, before we call it a night, all right? And I think that would be like Young, one of those stocks to be like as well. Very firm uptrend. We have covered it a few times, many times as well. And Young trading about $1.40, right? So I think we are looking at a pretty good uptrend so far. Some good support coming back around 130 to 135. That could be like the upside all the way to 150. right? 150. So I think the range is there, around there, from 130 to 150 as we consolidate. I think so far, not even 130, I think near 135 plus, buyers are starting to come back and we start to see a bit of rebound. So it still looks quite good uptrend. I think if you can break the 150, potentially more upside all the way up. We can revise our targets higher to like maybe $182, but I'll not talk about that. I think right now, 130, 135 seems like a really good support. Any dip to those levels, I think that's where some bargain hunting can come back again. All right, so that would be like the second bonus stock I share with you. All right, Genting Singapore and Yang Zhejiang, which you can also put in your watch list going forward in 2023. Two stocks that I like as well, and these are pretty much the two stocks that has been on my watch list for a while that can potentially lead to more upside. Okay, good. So that's it, guys. I think I've pretty much come to the end of this Facebook live session. For those of you who have found value, guys, let me know. Just type value below, type value in the chat if you have found some value, right? You have some value in the chat, or maybe I've covered some of those stocks that you were asking about. Let me know, type value in the chat. Awesome. Thank you. Value. Okay, so thank you guys for staying all the way to the end. I know we have gone on for like more than an hour. Jenny, value. Norman, value. Geraldine, value. Sarah, value. Awesome. Shan, value. Thank you. Charlene, value. I-Ping, Jolene, value. Hi, Lynette. Thank you. I-Ping, Helen, Roger. Awesome. Okay, good. So thank you so much, guys. I think I pretty much come to the end of this live Facebook live show. So I look forward to see you in the next one. I think probably next one will be like next year. So have a good holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to all of you. We'll see you next year. We'll come back again for this Facebook live session next year again. All right. And for those of you, as I say, I think some of you might have messaged me and you want to find out a bit more on how you can become a client of mine, Philip, to get some of our ideas by WhatsApp. That's much faster. As I say, you can kind of like click on the link. I'll just share the link for those of you who are not yet a client of mine yet. That is the link. Click on it and find a little bit more on how you can come on board as a client of mine in Philip. That's where we do share some of those ideas much faster by WhatsApp daily, right? By WhatsApp daily. So if you're trading alone online on your own, no service, no ideas, no training, no WhatsApp, nothing from your broker, make sure you come on board. And that's where I look forward to speak with you and work with you a little bit closer. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Have a good day. All right. Have a good evening. Thank you so much. And I look forward to see you in the next Facebook live session. Ask me any stocks. Thank you so much. Joey here, signing off. Bye.